morning, Pomona High. Welcome to our second episode. Happy New Year to all of you, and Happy New Year to you, Tony.
Why, yes, Happy New Year to you too, Jade. Do we even say Happy New Year anymore?
Well, that's a good question. According to Miss Manners, it's still appropriate to say Happy New Year in the new year until the last day of January. So it is, in fact, appropriate to still say that. Plus, this wouldn't be complete without saying it to all of you. Anywho, we are now less than 80 days away until the end of the school year. It may seem crazy to some of you, but look at how fast semester 1 flew by. I have no doubt that this semester will be over in a flash.
I couldn't agree more with you, Jade. I felt the same way too. But as we've been mentioning this whole school year, this is a reminder for all of us to stay focused on ourselves and studies. If you didn't know already, a couple weeks ago, our studious students were recognized and honored during the Renaissance Rally. But to be honest, it was more like an assembly. Anyways, I'd like to congratulate all the top 20 students of each grade level that got an award, and all you other students out there who are still working hard. Also, we had our most favorite teacher voted and shared during the assembly as well. So congratulations to Mr. Molina as well for winning that title. And great job on that last minute speech.
That's right. And on the same week, we had our seniors who were, hopefully, having the times of their lives out there for the annual Senior Panoramic. It was a bit of a challenge in some areas, but I think Yearbook did an amazing job that day. Well done, everyone.
Hey everyone, I'd like to introduce a member of our Pomona High community, a campus teacher to many and a friend to everyone. We have with us today, Mr. Valdez.
Hey everyone, I'm super excited to be here and be the first teacher on board for your guys' show. Everything looks so great and so well organized today.
Why, thank you. If you could see all the prep that took place beforehand. Anyways, our first question for you today is if you could give us a bit of backstory about yourself and why you're here as a history teacher today, especially for the students that have never had you.
Of course. Well, for starters, like was mentioned, my name is Mr. Valdez, and this is my 7th year teaching here at Pomona High. I mostly teach CP and AP World History right now. I've also taught other classes like AP US History and Avid, and I've also coached a lot of sports. So I've coached volleyball, I've coached soccer, I've coached softball, and I work with a lot of our clubs here on campus, which is always a lot of fun. Before I came to Pomona High, I did teach at Emerson Middle School, so maybe I may have had some of your older brothers or sisters who are many viewers here today. I've always taught history. I always thought history was a main passion of mine since I was back in school, and I always liked the idea of telling stories, and I think his story naturally fits into that area.
Wow, I don't think I would have ever expected that. That all sounds very interesting. Now for our next question. In your history classes, what does one learn exactly?
Well, to no one's surprise, we mostly learn about different parts of the world and their history and the major people and events that take place in some of these areas. From the ancient Greeks to the ancient Romans, we learn about problems in France, the Industrial Revolution, and a lot of other conflicts throughout history. So we cover a lot of topics in a really short amount of time. Currently, we're focusing on World War I, so for my students who are in class, they know that we're kind of talking about some of those problems right now.
Now that certainly sounds like a lot. Alright, we're on to our last question for you. Out of all the years that you've been here teaching, what has been your best memory so far?
Well, clearly it has to be this one, getting to be the main participant during Season 1, Episode 2 of the Red Zone News. I can't wait to tell my mom and have her watch all of this with my tias. Hi, Mom. And yeah, this is great programming. So if I had to pick another one, though, before this, one that's not so recent is I would say probably getting to be a part of our school's volleyball program, getting to coach. And a couple of years ago when we first started, we actually won our last league title in 2016. So that was a really great memory. I was coaching Frost back then, but I got to help with the varsity team as an assistant. And so it was just a great memory getting to win a title. And so hopefully we'll be able to duplicate that here in the near future.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and we appreciate your time on the air.
Wait, do I have time for a joke? Okay, wait, what about the...
Thank you, Tony and Mr. Valdez, for the interview. We're here with our own interview with Daniel Lamas. Daniel Lamas is our ASB president here at Pomona High School. So, Daniel, can you tell us a bit about yourself and what exactly you do as our ASB president?
Of course. So a couple of things that I'm involved in to talk about myself is that I'm involved in a lot of clubs, and for the future, I plan to participate in volleyball, so come and support my games, y'all. And as ASB, to talk about more about my role is to say that I create committees and I delegate tasks to those committees so that we can get things done as an ASB, like done faster. And for some things that I have planned is I just overall want like more activities and more events for seniors just because it's our final year, but also because I want like to set the standard for upcoming years so that they know like what's up.
Thank you. Now on to our next question. What are your plans for the rest of this semester and for the next student in charge of ASB?
So some of my plans for the rest of this semester is I definitely plan to do more events and activities, like I said, for seniors and for upcoming years. And I plan to do that sometime soon. And for something that I have planned for our upcoming new president is I plan to train them on how ASB works, how paperwork goes, and how overall my leadership, what my leadership values are, so that they get an idea of what their own leadership is, because I can't tell them what their own leadership style is or what their personality is. I can only give them an idea of what is right, and they just lead with it and go.
Thank you so much. That certainly sounds like a lot of work for the next student in charge. Anyways, that marks our first interviews with teachers and students for this year. I'm so glad we were able to get it done, but we're not done yet. Let's hear it from you, Flora. Hey everyone, Flora Frost here for your sports deets. So let's talk about sports. Winter sports are up and running here at Pomona High School. First, congratulations to the Pomona boys varsity basketball team for their impressive victory over Edgewood last week. It was a battle for first place and the Red Devils did not disappoint. The team finished the first half of the league play with a record of 5-0. They're at a perfect record, guys. Pomona was led by Noah Isaiah Frisco, who put in 17 points, and both Dario Schultz and Joe Still contributed with 14 points. Keep up the good work, boys. In other news, the Pomona High School wrestling team is also up and running. They took on both Gary and Ganesha earlier this month in non-league play. And later on this month, on the 30th, both boys and girls wrestling will go to the league tournament. Senior Emmanuel Capo leads the way in his category. But you know what? The entire team is doing well, and we invite you to come out and support them. See Mr. Aviles for details. Girls soccer took on Bassett the last couple of weeks, and they faced league play against Ganesha on the last day of this month. We wish and hope all teams in winter sports succeed this year. And that does it for this time. I hope to have a look at boys soccer and girls basketball next time. It's your girl here, Flora, with all the sports signing out. Thank you so much, Flora. Now, we're moving on to our next subject in our video. Allie, what do you got for us?
What is up, everyone? I'm here to show you and talk about our lunch menu for today and for the rest of this week. In just about an hour, our main options will be taco pockets, pork chile verde bowls with corn tortillas, and better than beef vegan burgers with lettuce, tomato, and pickles, as well as assorted chips. Tomorrow, we will have sausage and cheese pancake sandwiches, all beef hamburgers with lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles, as well as a fitness bistro box. That's it for the rest of the days in this week in January. See y'all at lunch. Well, lucky for all of you, this brings us to the end of our broadcast. I'd like to give a huge thank you to Mr. Valdez and Danny Lamas for visiting with us today. I hope you all learned something new about each of them and maybe piqued interest in some of you to joining something that was mentioned. As we've been mentioning, please use the resources and get involved. I think the easiest way to do that is coming to watch and support some of our team play. Thanks for watching and hanging out with us. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. And go Red Devils!